Stop! Stop it.
Ask me why I put this on.
Why'd you put it on?
I wanted to dress like your sister.
Are you going to tell them what you did?
Many cell phones ago, I changed my ringtone for her sister Aunt Lou to the Chewbacca. the Wookiee growl, you know the.
So every time it would ring, then Addie would go, Aunt Lou's calling.
Every time we watch Star Wars and something would happen with Chewbacca, she'd say, Aunt Lou?
You're not nice.
Hi, and welcome to episode 6 of As Good As It Gets.
I'm Cris.
And I'm Mikey.
And this is a weekly chat from our kitchen.
And we want to welcome back the Crock Posse to another week of yakking and talking and chatting and answering emails and comments and questions and stuff.
Yep.
And let's start off with mail.
Yes.
We got our first ever fan mail in our mailbox.
Woo woo.
We're very, very excited. She sent me a text. She goes, fan mail. And actually, this comes from Julie. Y'all remember Julie from last week that won the Ninja Slow Cooker? She sent us a card that says, saying thank you doesn't seem to be enough. Well, cute little kitty on the front. Yet being servant for life seems kind of overboard. Consider me somewhere between the two. Well, Julie, we thank you again for the card. That was very, very sweet.
Yeah.
You made our week. You made our week. Last week you made our week by winning and being so happy about it. This week you made our week by sending us a card. Our first ever fan mail. If y'all want to send fan mail, we also take checks and money orders.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding.
Do not send us checks or money orders. Stop!
Hey, there might be a rich billionaire that would want to sponsor this show.
Oh,
we would take checks and money orders from a rich billionaire.
No. Would you stop saying rich billionaire?
Not until I am one. But if you want to send us fan mail, anything like that, you can send it to P.O. Box 350. That's 350, yo. And that's Monrovia, Indiana, 46157. And we like cards.
Well, they don't need... They could just write us a question if you don't want to
email
it.
Yeah, if you don't want to email it, you could send us... Yeah, because if, you're on the internet, but you don't want to use email and you want to send us a letter...
Hey. Don't judge.
I don't be hating.
My email overwhelms me. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, so send us. We like letters. We like cards.
Yeah.
We also like big checks from rich billionaires. So whatever you want to send, y'all.
No.
No?
No.
Are you seriously going to tell the rich billionaire watching this not to send you money?
Yes, I'm going to tell.
And then I'm going to say, don't listen to her.
Goodness!
Thank you, Julie. Very, very much. You made our day.
All right, and in other update, our t-shirt sales have ended, but don't worry, if you wanted a Crock Posse t-shirt, we will be putting that back up on Teespring once they arrive.
Yes.
We just know that some folks want to see what it actually looks like on real people and not just the cutout of the stuff. So we bought one of just about everything that we had in that store, so we could show you throughout, and then we'll put that sale back up. So,
yes.
So if you did buy something, though, I think they're saying that they're shipping out soon. They're in the middle of being printed, and so they should be shipping soon. So that's exciting.
When you get your shirts, or whatever it is, send us a picture of you in it.
Yes.
We'd love to see that.
Yes.
We'd love to see you sporting your Crock Posse t-shirt.
Yes, we might pop some of those up if you guys send some of those in. So you can send that either to Cris at recipes@crock.com or Mikey at recipes@crock.com. And when that happens, that's going to be really exciting. So we might have to do an opening of them when they come. Will you be able to wait?
No. I'll save something. Maybe I'll unbox the mug or something like that. But I cannot wait for those t-shirts and sweatshirts, especially now that the chill's starting to get in the air. Mm-hmm. It was real warm earlier in the week, and it just dropped yesterday. As a matter of fact, it started raining today. It's really chilly outside, so I could really use me a Crock Posse sweatshirt right about now.
Me too.
Yeah.
Especially if I want to go run, I need a sweatshirt.
Yeah, one of us in the family runs. It's not me.
He tried last summer.
I sure did. Tried it and said, nope.
Don't we think he should try again?
Nope.
Maybe we could do that.
Nope.
Oh,
no. Sorry.
Okay, well, I guess we should probably get to reader question.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Mikey doesn't get so uncomfortable.
No peer pressure over here. The only time I'm going to run now is from zombies. Walking Dead starts in 2 weeks.
Oh, goodness.
And y'all watch The Walking Dead, TWD, y'all?
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna die?
Oh, don't. If you don't watch it, don't worry. But yeah, there's a big cliffhanger right now. So
yeah.
That's what he's all excited about. So anyhow.
All right.
I feel like your arm is on me. Ah!
Oh my gosh. That's going in there.
Stop. All right, how about some reader questions?
I think that's a great idea.
All right. First question is from Denise. Denise is asking about the Cowboy Beans. Now, we have a couple different versions. I think from the context that she's talking about the one that you did a video of. And so Denise is asking, why do you drain some of the beans and some of them are undrained? The recipe wasn't very clear, and she wound up undraining all of her beans. And so she said, but that's okay because it still turned out great. She wasn't going to watch the video, but after she put all the beans together. And she says, you and your wife are a blast. Thank you.
Well, first off, Denise, you got great taste in people. And thanks for watching the videos. And I want to tell you that the reason we undrained some and we did not drain others, the ones that we drained were the northern beans, and I think they were pinto beans were the other ones. The ones we did not drain.
Did not bean?
We did not bean.
We did not bean them.
No. We didn't think they need to being drained. The ones that were undrained were the chili beans, and the reason I didn't drain the chili beans is because they were like a chili. It was like a chili thing, so it was adding flavor to the dish. The reason that the other beans were drained, honestly, the reason I did it is because that's just something they say to do. Now you're going to say, who says they say? Or who's the they that you're talking about? At the time that I taped it, I didn't know. I just knew you're supposed to rinse it because that's what the recipe we had seen called for. I did a little research, and I do remember from another show, if y'all remember the show GOODe Eats from Alton Brown. Love that guy. He's an absolute food science genius. The reason that you drain beans, whether they be from a can or if you soak beans, one thing that does, especially in canned beans, is it's going to reduce a lot of the sodium that's used in the packing of the beans. Another thing is if you open up a can of beans, you're going to see it's a little slimy on the inside. So kind of like it's a liquid, and it's kind of unappetizing, especially if you taste it. Now, when you mix it with everything, like you said you did, it turned out great. It's not something that's going to hurt you, but it's just going to kind of get that. A lot of people might not necessarily enjoy the stuff that it's packed in. And then the other part of it is when you drain your beans, you soak your beans, there are some complex sugars. You're going to see me all scientific. Now here, I need my glasses to look all scientific. You ready for this? There are some complex sugars that are in beans. And if you soak them or drain them from the can, those complex sugars are something that we cannot, as humans, digest. However, the bacteria that is naturally found in your intestines can digest it. And, well, it makes you a little gassy. So what I was trying to do was to make this dish a little less musical.
But you didn't know that when you were making it.
I want to say that I did, but...
No, I think... for me, draining beans and rinsing them off is one of those things that if you're going to have other liquid and other flavors, it's just a way to control the flavor a little bit more.
And to control the consistency as well.
Yeah, and so, but there's nothing wrong with it if you put it in there. I mean, other than people say that it reduces sodium and those kinds of things.
And farts.
But anyhow, I think it's fine either way. And most of the time, if we're following a recipe, we're kind of going off of what the original cook had shared.
Right. But you didn't drain it? You said it turned out great?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, especially if you're adding all those flavors in there. It dilutes the liquid that was in there.
Mm-hmm. So. How many did you cook for, and how symphonic was it later in your house?
Michael.
Next question.
Michael.
Not the spoon. Not the spoon. Okay, your question is about taters. And it's from Joe. And Joe says, when you cook with potatoes, why white potatoes? What is wrong with red potatoes? Most of us up north like red potatoes because the white or russets are too dry.
Gotcha. Well, one, I'm a huge red potato fan. That's what I prefer. But the person who cooks the majority of the potato dishes on Recipes at Crock is Aunt Lou. And she is a big white potato fan. Mainly because those are the type of potatoes that she and I grew up eating in our house. Our mom would always use a white or russet potato. And so I think that that's one of the things that's just her preference. And so a lot of the recipes, that will be what she uses. I will say, if you can substitute a lot of times, but most of the time, you'll see longer cooking slow cooker recipes have a white potato versus a red potato, especially if it's peeled, because the softer red potato will mush up a lot more than a white potato, which will hold its form. So if you're going to have like a roast with potatoes, my solution to that is leaving the skins on, and that kind of keeps a lot of stuff intact. But Lou, you will see a lot of times she likes her potatoes peeled, and so she's using white potatoes.
Right. This is a follow-up question that goes with that, and this comes from Cris, so it's from Cris to Cris.
Okay.
And it says, "Hi folks, can you really bake potatoes in a crock pot? Do the skins get that brown icky look? Do I need to wrap them in foil? Do I need to add water or butter to the crock pot?"
Yeah. We have a couple different baked potato kind of recipes. I'm not sure what the brown icky thing he's talking about is, or he or she. We don't wrap in foil. We can put a link to the one that we do. We do one, but you don't even have to... we even put some bacon grease, I think, on one of ours to just give it the skins a little bit more flavor. But you don't even have to do that. I would say throw your potatoes in, 1/4 cup of water, and then I'd have to double check my cooking times to see how long but probably a longer cooking time. Okay. But have to look at it, and we can add that in, how long to cook. Cool. But yeah, I like the way a slow cooker cooks potatoes and those kinds of things. We also have not just baked potatoes, but we have our parsley potatoes, where they're the little baby potatoes in the slow cooker. I love the way that they cook up. Your question is from Glenora.
Hello, Glenora.
She said, you said that, this is about thicker gravy. You said that with the gravy packets, it's a thinner gravy. Since I like a little thicker, would adding some cornstarch do the trick?
Nothing wrong with a little thicker. Yes, you can. I would recommend that you go to our Italian roast recipe. It's even in the video, or you can check it out at recipesthecrock.com. We'll add a link to both below. But yes, cornstarch is something that will do the trick to make it thicker. Add a couple tablespoons and bring your gravy up to a boil. Not a rapid boil or anything like that. Now, are you
making a slurry before? I think you make a slurry before you just sprinkle it in.
Get your gravy hot, and then add your cornstarch to water or milk. You could do either way.
I do water.
But I would do water when it comes to that, and make it into a slurry, and then as you're heating up your gravy, you pour in your cornstarch and then stir it in, and it'll thicken up really quick. It doesn't take that much cornstarch to do that.
Yeah.
So but like I said, check out the Italian roast to see an actual visual representation of that recipe or how to use cornstarch. And also check it out at recipes.crock.com. And again, we'll put the links down below.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Well, mine Mine to you comes from Tanya, and she's talking about cream of mushroom soup.
Yes.
And she says, "Hi, Cris. I was wondering if someone doesn't like mushrooms, if they can substitute a different kind of cream soup. Thanks, Tanya."
Yes.
Thanks, Tanya.
Yes. The answer is absolutely. 2 easy substitutions for a lot of recipes, depending on what you're cooking. Cream of chicken is generally accepted as a substitution in most recipes. Cream of celery is also another popular one that has a good flavor to it to substitute. I know I'm also going to probably get the question because I get it a lot. Some people don't like the canned cream soups. We have substitutions or homemade versions of the cream soups up on the site too, so that if you would like to make your own cream soup and not use a canned cream soup, then we have those options available to you as well.
Yep.
But we use the cans all the time. So
cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, cream of celery,
cream of shrimp.
Cream of shrimp.
Yep.
That's a good one too.
Yep.
I like cream of shrimp.
Yep.
We should use that more often.
Yep. We do. We have several.
We're going to do more seafood recipes because I really want to.
Yes, you need to get your gumbo.
I know. I need to get my gumbo from last week up. We have got to go to... again, hey, y'all. Put a comment down below if you know a really good gumbo recipe because we want to try these out.
Yeah. Well,
we as in me.
Well, you need to get to developing, dear. Well, now it's time to do our menu.
Part of it might be on my back. I don't know. I've been rubbing up against the wall here, but...
So, we're going to break now and go to our weekly menu.
And cut! Alright, baby, so what you cooking this week?
Alrighty, so this week we are cooking up breakfast, which is our crock pot peaches and cream oatmeal. And then our dessert is our slow cooker no bakes. And so we got a reader question this week about... which kind of oats to use in our no-bake cookies, and I thought this might be a really good time to just quickly talk about the different kinds of oats that are out there, and what to use when. So this is from Trudy, and she was asking about when I said old-fashioned oats, what was I meaning, and that kind of thing. And so old-fashioned oats actually say old-fashioned oats on them. So this is 100% whole grain old-fashioned oats. And so they're the ones that look like the little flakes, okay? Some of you might be familiar with quick oats, which are the chopped up flakes, like chopped pretty thin. A lot of people make their no-bakes with the quick oats. I prefer the taste, and I have tested for our no-bake recipe using the old-fashioned oats.
Yeah, we like the texture of those a lot better.
Yes. So if you are to make our no-bake, this is the old-fashioned oats, which are the full flakes, are the ones is what we used in the recipe. And so the other piece of that is our peaches and cream oatmeal does not use this overnight. I would assume that if you cooked this overnight like that, would probably turn to mush. What we're using it then is steel cut oats. These would not make very yummy no-bake cookies.
No.
This looks like, is it open? I don't know. Maybe, do you show the camera?
Watch this. Pour some in my hand.
Okay.
That's good. I will come show you.
This looks like...
Hi.
Almost like little seeds versus... Do you want to show them what the flakes look like? Versus the flakes. So the flakes are what we want in the no-bake cookies.
Steel cut. Look like seeds.
The seeds are what you want in the overnight stuff.
Yeah.
And then if you want to show them the quick, you could just take that up there. Are you putting that in your mouth?
Okay.
Seriously?
The quick oats, they look like that.
No, don't do that.
No?
Here, just show that, or you want it in your hand?
No.
Just show that. And so this is more of a chopped up version of that. So that was just a real quick lesson. So in the blog post, you should see what we're talking about.
Breakfast.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Go spit that out.
I'll be right back.
Why does he do that?
Well, I don't want to waste them.
Okay. All right, so Sunday we're going to have family time where we're going to take Miss Dad out so she can embarrass Daddy. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. And then on Monday we're going to have a crock pot teriyaki chicken with our Parmesan rice. I think we've had this probably on the menu before, but it is a staple that we like to pair up with other recipes. So that is Monday. Tuesday, we are going to have our crock pot taco casserole.
Taco Tuesday, woohoo!
Woohoo! Yes, a very easy recipe to throw together. But this one has our chili cheese Fritos on top, so it's like a casserole version, almost like of a walking taco. So
it has the Mikey GOODe seal of approval as well.
Yes, and we're probably going to be doing a cooking Chris's dishes on this really soon.
Let it be soon.
Yes, pretty soon. Okay, for leftover day, we're going to either have leftovers, or for those of you that don't want leftovers, we have our slow cooker wild rice chicken soup. So that's just a really great... We've got a couple soups this week because it's getting to be fall and we do a lot more soups during the fall.
Get nippy.
Yep. Then on Thursday, we are doing steak with gravy, which is Aunt Lou's favorite recipe. And we're pairing that with our steakhouse mushrooms. Steak and mushrooms, a staple, totally. Friday, we are doing, I put the crock pot potato soup. This is a potato soup that we absolutely love, very popular on the site. It tastes a little bit different than most potato soups. I often say it almost tastes like Thanksgiving in a bowl. Mm-hmm. It is just a really super comforting dish. And so that's what's going on Friday. And then on Saturday, as always, we're recipe testing. So now let's go back and do our feature.
Here we go. And now we're back. You know what that's from, don't you?
What?
It's from Wayne's World.
Oh.
When they would go back into the memories and go...
That would be why I don't know what that is.
Party on, Wayne. Party on, guards. So now it is time for our featured email. And this comes from Dee. What's up, Dee? And she's talking about conversion. Mm-hmm. And it says, how do I convert meals that go on the stove or skillet to work in a crock pot? Thank you.
Now, I believe Dee also has commented in, I think it was Dee that has commented in some of the chat comment section. And so I did go ahead and answer her because I know we've been taking a little bit of time to get through all of the emails. We have lots of emails. So anyhow, I did already reach out to Dee and kind of answer this, but I thought it's definitely a question that a lot of readers have. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you'll see these charts that say, oh, if you cook it this long at this temperature in the oven, this is how long you cook it in the crock pot. I won't do that because I spend a lot of time testing recipes. I spend a lot of time converting recipes. And what I have found is that there's no easy kind of rule of thumb that just automatically converts it because everything kind of cooks differently.
Every slow cooker cooks differently.
And every slow cooker cooks differently.
How many times have I said that?
Yes. So here's my advice to Dee and to anybody who has a great oven recipe or even stovetop recipe that they want to try and convert is I would look at your ingredients and what you want the final product to be. So if it's a soup with chicken in it, then I would go and look at other slow cooker soups that have chicken in it or similar ingredients, like if it has a red potato or a white potato in it, and look at different recipes that have similar ingredients and look at the temperature and length of time that they are telling you to cook. Instead of using some generic chart that doesn't take into consideration what you're cooking. So for example, a soup with beef in it will oftentimes cook longer than maybe a soup with pork in it. Is an example. A pork chop recipe is going to take a lot less time than cooking something with beef in it, like a beef cut. And so that's my advice. If you have a oven pork chop recipe that you love, then look up other pork chop slow cooker recipes and see how long they're cooking them. So that That's my best advice. And then for other conversions, a little bit beyond what she asked, but a question I get a lot of times from people is, how do I convert this using a different kind of flour or a different kind of cooking liquid or something like that? And that's just going to be trial and error. I would give you the same kind of advice. Look up people who are using those kinds of things and see those cooking times and try and adjust it that way. But that's part of what hopefully the service that we offer on our website is. We test everything we put up. So we don't like to give you guys recommendations of things we haven't tested. So I can't tell you how to convert a casserole that I personally haven't cooked, because I want to make sure it's right before we get it out to you guys.
And then the other part of it is we have people that email us all the time and say, hey, could you test this recipe out for me?
Yeah.
If we tested out every recipe that everybody sent to us,
right.
Well, we could open up our own little food pantry.
But we try. I mean, we're always open to receiving reader recipes.
Yeah, you send them to us.
And we try and work them in. Yeah. It's just, it takes, like you guys have seen with the emails, it takes us a long time to kind of get through things. And so,
you know how many comments I'm backlogged on right now that I've got to respond to?
We're trying. We love it. We do not stop, because we absolutely love it. It's just, it's a lot to manage. So
I get alerts on my phone, from the emails from YouTube saying, hey, you got a comment on something, or hey.
And it always makes you happy.
It does. I'm like, woo, yay.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome. So yes, don't stop commenting.
Yep.
Don't stop believing. Sorry, I'm just a small town girl. Living in a lonely world. I took the midnight train going anywhere. I touched your spoon. That's a no-no. She's going to touch me back with it, I'm sure.
Aww.
But yeah, keep commenting. We love it. We love seeing it. It's kind of a joy to, get an alert that says, hey, somebody commented on something. Whether it's a very recent episode or, gosh, I'm getting comments on videos from months ago, too. Yeah. So that's really cool that y'all are watching that. Be sure to comment and like down below the stuff that you do like, and, comment and just give us a shout out. Give us a hey.
Yep. And keep sending us your questions. Because we're trying to group a few things together so that we can cover as many questions as possible.
We're trying to cover our bases.
Okay.
To get all baseball-y with you.
Yeah, since we're such... Oh my goodness! I have to tell on Addie from this past weekend. We were watching a football game. Mommy is not a big sports person, and neither is Addie. And but Daddy was a little mortified when we were out to family dinner. And we were watching, the Colts game was on, or the football game was on the TV. And all of a sudden, you hear Addie yell out loudly in the middle of this. What kind of place were we at? We were at BJ's.
Oh, no, yeah, we were at the brew house, yeah.
Yes, and so all these TVs with all these sports fans, and
on football Sunday,
the football gets thrown, and Addie goes, "Oh my goodness, that's a foul ball!"
I was mortified.
So
we got looks. We paid our bill and we left.
Aw, it's all right.
Yeah.
So don't get all baseball-y.
Okay, I'm not going to get all baseball-y here. I'm definitely not going to get all football-y in here.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
All right, so I think that's all we had for today.
Yes.
So are we going to do a little shout-out?
I want to do a little shout-out. I want to say thank you to everybody that commented last week. My Crock Posse is reporting in. Montgomery, Alabama. Gaffney, South Carolina. Fulton, Texas. Glen Allen, Virginia. Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Smyrna, North Carolina. Made it through Hurricane Matthew. Just limbs and pecans everywhere. Sorry about the limbs. Make some pie from the pecans. Mary, so very glad you guys are okay. Wyoming. The Sunshine State. That's Florida, by the way. I think, or is that California? Sunshine State?
I think
no, California is the Golden State. The Sunshine State is Florida.
Yeah.
Another one, we're glad that you're okay. Oklahoma. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hey, y'all, I've got a friend in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you run into Rocky, tell her I said hey. Tennessee. Where else we got here? There's California. From California, but transplant to South Dakota and loving it. Hello, Sarah O. And then one from the foreign land of Kentucky. And this one is a really cool one. I'm trying to flip through and find it. If I didn't mention where you're from, hey, we're still glad you were in. Texas, of course. We got a bunch from Texas.
Georgia.
But this one is really cool, y'all. I got this one from Mike Cloudwalker. He says, Cris and Mikey, I love you, and I look at all your videos. Hugs from Mikey in Holland. We're getting viewers from Holland.
Cool.
That is so cool. So, holla to Holland. What's up, Mikey? More from Georgia, more from North Carolina, New York. So, from all over. Yeah. The Crock Posse is growing, and thanks to Mikey, we're worldwide. So, we are now the worldwide Crock Posse.
Okay.
We're the WWCP, yo. Wouldn't that be a really cool logo for a shirt?
Oh, good. Would you
the
stop?
Worldwide Crock Posse?
No, they just bought the other shirts. We're fine.
We didn't do hats, though, right?
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in this week.
Yes, and we will see you next week. Be sure to stay tuned for our 2 episodes of Cooking Chris's Dishes a week, as well as our Whatever
Wednesday.
Our Friday Fun Day, and then, of course, Church Song Sundays, and then every Saturday here with As Good As It Gets.
Yep. Send us your questions.
Send us your comments.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Bye. In case you didn't know what that was.
You just saw him in his true form.
That was to show me in the tape where I need to cut something. It makes my nose itch.